7 months after we bought our brand new forever home, they said, we're going to put up 700 more homes behind you, and the main road is going to go right behind your house. So we bought out here thinking that we were going to be safe. We were never going to have to face that again. Well, look what we're facing. I have a couple of questions. One, are all the lakes going to be filled in? Okay. My second question is, how many square feet is the average house going to be out there?
6,000.
2,000.
Oh, the house. The house. Square foot.
Okay.
Not the lot.
And then, are they going to be one story or two-story homes?
Just
The lot is 6,000.
yeah.
The spec of the homes, whether the size of the homes, whether they're one story or two story, those will be determined by the market. It's really the buyers, prospective buyers. When we analyze this, what the demand is, then we'll provide housing that meets that demand.
Well, that's what, I mean, it's bad enough that if you put one story, you put two-story in, and then you start talking about 6,000 square foot lots. So is that 6,000 square foot? So you're going to put a 2,000 square foot home on there, and you're going to only have 4,000 square feet of yard?
Yeah.
So there are setback requirements on every lot that are city dictated. That is a standard for every house in Spring in Field Springs. There is a set of standards, a set of setbacks that are required for every house. So yeah, you don't build a 6,000 foot house on a 6,000 foot lot. There's a footprint that is much less than that. I'm not going to give you the exact percentage off the top of my head, but there is a percentage that you can build in terms of the footprint on any lot, and it's proportional to the size of the lot. 10,000 foot lot on a bigger footprint than a 6,000 foot lot.
Okay, so my next question is, what about the streets? The streets, are they going to be big enough to accommodate a guest to park in front of the houses? Because from what I've seen, as far as where the houses are going to go on the golf course, it looks like you could only have a street that would accommodate a car going down it, not a car being able to park on it.
Yeah, those details in terms of whether it's a straight curb and gutter, whether it's a rolled curb, whether they are single story, whether it's two story, whether the streets will all be public, whether some of them will be private and more narrow. Those things are all still to be determined. The project has barely been designed at this point. We're analyzing all the potential uses, as you've heard tonight. We're analyzing every possible use for this property, and this looks to be the highest and best use. We don't have those details worked out yet at this point, and we still have to go through the planning process with the city, and that will determine what those requirements are.
But you said that, like, you already have in mind the lot size. So if you already have in mind the general lot size, it makes sense that you have in mind how the streets would look.
Street widths are determined by what they call traffic index. If anyone's an engineer, they know what that means. It will comply with city standards. That's what we have to do. Every project has to comply with city standards. We can't make up what we want. City has to be city standards. It has to be. Well, it depends whether it's a single loaded or double loaded. If there's on each side, a normal street would be 36 to face the curb to face the curb. If it's a minor or major arterial, it has to be wider. A minor arterial, there's another standard. If it's just a local street, then it's normally 36 feet from face to curb to face the curb. If it's single loaded, it would be 28 feet. That's the way it's done in development. Whether it's your project, this project, or any other project, this way it's done all over. I mean,